Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Mo and I'm back with another video. As you can see from the title, in today's video I'll be speaking about my experience as a flight attendant. Before we get into this video, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe and turn on your post notification so you'll be first to get notified when I post my videos. Okay, with no further ado, let's get straight into this video. So first, I'll be answering some questions that I've been frequently asked on my Instagram, my Facebook, or my WhatsApp by persons who are interested in being a flight attendant. Okay, how did you become a flight attendant? Okay, so in 2017 or 18, after I left school, I was working in a store in May Pen, but then I stopped working after the Christmas holidays. May Pen in Clarendon. I was at home and then it's like I needed money. I wasn't going to school, so I migrated to the Turks and Caicos to be with the rest of my family. I started seeking employment. I heard of a company that they were looking for security officers. It's an airline, but they do have security officers. And then somebody else told me that, hey, there's a position open for flight attendants. Bear in mind, never in my entire life did I imagine or think of applying to be a flight attendant. So I applied. I got the call like a couple days after. After I got the call, they called me and told me I needed to come in to do an interview. I went and I did the interview. However, I was too young. I think I was about 18. However, they still let me sit the interview. I did the interview and I impressed the operation manager and the flight attendant manager. They did do a run-up interview to see if I was really that mature or I was just putting on a face, After that interview, I was called in again to do another interview with the HR, which I did pass as well. After finishing all 3 interviews, I passed with flying colors, of course, because your girl, brilliant. Yeah, the HR knew my mom, so she was like, you're your mother's child, meaning that I was as brilliant as my mother. Okay, so basically that's how I got the job. I went on training. I can't remember if the training was for 6 weeks or 2 months. I can't remember, or a month, but the training wasn't past that. I went to training every day except for weekends. I had exam every other day, so if they teach me a topic today, then tomorrow morning first thing it was exam. Pass mark was 80%. If you fail, you get a retry, and that has to be 100%. So yeah, so that's basically it. I did all my trainings and I passed. Yeah, and I'm officially a flight attendant then. Okay, another question was asked was, what was my worst experience? I never had any experience that I thought it's worse. All my experiences were like learning experiences, so like each experience that I had was like, yeah, it taught me something different. So I had no experience where you could say, I regret having this or that. No. Which school did you attend? I did not attend any school at all to be a flight attendant. Persons frequently ask, which school would I refer? I know that Colburn College in Kingston, they do have a course that entails hospitality, as well as they have a small program inside that same program which teaches about how to become a flight attendant. You do not have to attend school to become a flight attendant, because at the end of the day, each company has their own rules and regulation and policies. So they teach you what they want you to know based on the company that you are working for. So each different company have different rules and regulations. Some of them might be similar, but each company have different planes. So it's going to be different things. You do not have to go to school to be a flight attendant. What are the requirements? The requirements are basic, like for like any other job. I have 5 CXCs. That's what I used to enter. So the requirement is the same as any other ordinary job. Do you have to be bilingual? Not for all companies. The company that I was working for, it was not necessary for me to be bilingual. Bilingual would be a plus. Is it necessary for you to be able to swim? It's a plus. It's just a plus. It's not necessary. Someone asked what was the training like. Let me tell you, every single day of training I enjoyed to the max. I did enjoy all my trainings, especially with survival training. They took us into the middle of the sea. We had to jump off the boat, go into the live raft and everything. It was the best. Okay, what was the most flights you did in a day? The most flights I ever did in a day, let me check. So probably one day I would have started off in St. Lucia. I went to Dominica, then I went to Tortola, then Dominican Republic, Turks and Caicos, Kingston, Moby. So seven is the maximum flights that I did in a day, I think. What was your longest flight? My longest flight was like 2 hours and 10 minutes, and that was a charter flight after Hurricane Maria. Was it a hurricane? Yeah, Hurricane Maria. I did a chartered flight with some police officers. I took them to the Cayman Islands. Yeah. What was the overall experience like? It was a great experience. Great experience. I loved every moment of it. Would I ever do it again? Yes, absolutely a yes. Which countries did you visit? Okay, so the Turks and Caicos is the base of the airline that I used to work for. So I went to the Bahamas, I went to Haiti, I went to Dominican Republic, Tortola, St. Lucia, Antigua, St. Martin, Dominica, Antigua and Barbuda, Cuba, and the Cayman Islands, I think. Yeah. If I'm missing any, I'll just put it at the end of the video, but yeah. Which country you hate going? I never really hated going to any country. No. Which flights you didn't like doing? Repatriate flights. For persons who don't know what are repatriate flights, those are flights that countries deport persons who entered the country legally. So like how Haitians, they normally come on boats to the Caribbean islands. So yeah, I had a lot of that, but it was like an emotional experience for me because I'm soft-hearted. So those flights normally struck me because I know like these people are trying to get away from poverty and they're trying to get a better life for them and their family, you know. So that's a flight I never liked doing, repatriate flights, or the flights that they're deporting persons. Or I had this flight with a prisoner, and he was so intelligent, and like the reason we had it was like awesome. And I was like, after he came off the flight, I was like sad because he was leaving in handcuffs and stuff. So yeah. So yeah. Who was your favorite pilot and why? Y'all know that's Keish. Yeah, Keish. Listen, I could be like so down, and Keish will bring my stir from a 0 to 100 real quick. Vibes is always, he just know how to cheer you on. He always motivates me, and he's just cool. Yeah, that's my boy Keish. Where do we get food for the plane? Like, alright, we get food. The airlines provide their food, so they will bring the food to the plane. We start the plane and so forth. So that's where we get food. Where did you go on your first flight? My first flight as a flight attendant, I went to Grand Turk because Grand Turk, because that's where our training flights go, to Grand Turk. So, but my overall experience was a good experience. If you're looking to be a flight attendant, don't give up. Just push, persevere, and go do your thing, girl or boy. How do you apply? If you're looking to apply, just look for availability on the airline sites, or even if you don't see availability, you just apply. You just look for the requirements, see if you meet those specific requirements that they're looking for, and you apply for those jobs. Yeah, so we have come to the end of another video. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notification. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and share. Thank you for watching. Until next time, it's your girl Mo, and I'm out.